Stories are often not for bedtimes. For me, some stories are good for me because it inspires me. When I listen to stories from other persons who have achieved a lot, it gives me more time to think about the positive change I'm about to make in society. And I think some stories should inspire you too. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me on Get to Know Me with Jamal. The show today has a very interesting guest, and I'll introduce him after the break. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Get to Know Me with Jamal. My guest today is a member of the Benue State House of Assembly. At the age of 27, he was elected into the Assembly in 2019, not under the popular political parties we know in Nigeria. In 2023, he was re-elected again to represent the people of Konshisha Constituency. Honorable Cephas Dyako is my guest on the program. Welcome, and thank you for joining us on Get to Know Me.
Thank you.
Honorable, you were one of the youngest persons who got elected in 2019 on the Benue State House of Assembly.
True.
Was there so much pressure for you?
There was. There's always been pressure.
What kind of pressure?
Okay. So there's pressure from party chieftains. There's pressure from the young people who are my immediate constituency. There's pressure from the office itself. You know how difficult it is working with people whom you're way younger than. There's pressure from everywhere. You know? The expectations of the people are different when you're seeking political office, and they change after you've won elections. So it is really difficult trying to balance between the expectations which I believe are true and should be the clamor of every person, and the expectations that are individualistic.
As a young boy growing up, was this what you pictured for yourself? Did you see yourself being in politics at that young age in Nigeria?
Not really. From a very tender age, I knew that I was going to be a person of influence. I wanted to grow up to be that person that would give out aid, would help people, would try to change the society. I just didn't picture politics as that avenue or the tool, especially not at this tender age. I knew from a very young age that I was going to be what children would call big man, and the kind of big man that renders help, that people will run to in times of trouble. That was my picture life from that.
So it's okay now to say that your dreams are coming true, because as it is now, you're a two-time member of the Benue House of Assembly, so you're a big man.
They are going there, and I have even bigger dreams. For me, it is not just that you are there and you have to give. It is so much more important to me that the aid or the help I give or anyone gives should really be impactful. We shouldn't just be trying to help, but we should really be helping.
Exactly. So talking about help, how much help did you get as a young boy who wanted to contest for an election, and to the extent of winning that election?
I got a big deal. It came. I got a lot of help. I can confidently tell you I'm a lucky boy. I'm a lucky man. I just finished school when I decided to run for office. And at that time, I was a nobody, as our people would say. No monies. But I come from a very a popular family, at least from my place, from my locality. And that was my stepping stone. And so when I decided to run for office, I had people I could go to. And the name was already a household name. And my father had a reputation, and so it was easy to leverage on that.
Exactly. So talking about your family, because we have we've had where people would say, okay, because your family has this name, and then some people owe your family, and that's the reason why you're in the assembly, or was this just work that you did on your own?
Well, like I said, I can't categorically say that I did all this by myself. No, nobody has ever done it all by himself.
Do you have godfathers?
No, I have people I learn from.
Do you have
and it's
sponsors?
not just one, not really sponsors. Everybody's my sponsor. In my first election, I got the total votes of about, I put the total votes of about 11,000 plus.
11,000 plus, yes. I saw that.
And you know that every man has just one vote. So you cannot have over 11,000 godfathers, no. And you can see that I have over 11,000 godfathers because every one of those votes amounted to, or put together, got me into the assembly. This time is the same too. I have people I look up to, people I learn from, and that's because I believe that they have been good to our people, especially in the political environment. They've done our people well, and so I just learn the ones that are good, and I ignore the ones that are not, and I learn from everybody.
You must have lightened your people so much to vote for you, because your first election you won under the ADC, and your second election you won under the Labour Party. Why have you chosen to join the different political parties and abandoning the ones that are in power? Let's say the PDP and the APC.
Okay, so big political parties demand so much of their aspirants, their candidates. So instead of giving back to the people, you are giving back to the party. The party takes so much from you because it is also believed that it does so much for you. As far as big political parties are concerned, it is the party that makes you what you are, who you are at the time.
Yeah.
And so most times they require a bit too much, or they request a bit too much. And so it becomes difficult for people to satisfy the party and satisfy the masses. It is really challenging. When you are in what we call a small political party, your priority is your people. You know that they are the ones that you can always fall back to. You don't have the authorities on your path, and so you know that you just have to be with your people to be able to survive. And so it's constantly reminding you that they are your backbone. You should be in touch, because whatever happens is you're going to fall back to them. And if you have lost touch, or if you lose touch at any point, you're done. Your
people must definitely love you because they re-elected you again. How did you feel when you won that election? Because I know it was a very keenly contested election.
It was. This time around was getting re-elected is
because I know that particular election had to do with a rerun. I think so.
Not really. It wasn't a rerun. It was there was a contest. They contested that certain results be cancelled because they believed that procedures weren't followed and stuff. And so for peace to reign, I had to agree with them to let the umpire do the checks and review the results and all. So we didn't get to declare the results on the first day of the coalition. We had to wait for 3 days more for INEC to go through the results, and finally I was declared as it was.
And you threw a victory party.
My people did.
How influential is your position to younger people? How do you use your position to see how you can inspire them to be in your shoes?
I think this platform is one of them that I explore. I try to talk to people. I try to reach out to young people to let them know that there is no limit to what you can achieve. While I was growing up, I would read novels, watch TVs, inspirational books, and I never understood at that time. And so I felt it was the regular message of you can do. Now on social media, people laugh about it and say, inspirational, inspirational talks. But when you listen to people who have achieved, it all narrows down to same points, and it's the same principle, and that's why every motivational speaker talks about not giving up, determination, knowing what you want and going after it with all the energy, and it's just one simple principle. You decide what you want to be, or have a big dream of what life you think your life should be about, and find ways of achieving that. Most times the ways are not clear. You can't really say how you're going to achieve that. But once you give it time, once you give your energy, you face that squarely, everything falls just in place for you.
Honorable, you have really inspired a lot of young people. You have done that. You have inspired me myself as well. So I'm really grateful for that. I've been speaking to Honorable Dyako, a member of the Benue State House of Assembly. I'm going to be asking him more personal questions when we get back. Please stay tuned.
Welcome to Wine and Spirit, your ultimate destination for the finest beverages. Whether you're a retail customer or looking for wholesale deals, we've got it all. Explore our extensive collection of premium wines, brandies, whiskeys, and non-alcoholic beverages. At Wine and Spirit, our products are available at wholesale prices, even when purchased as individual retail items. But that's not all. At Wine and Spirit, we pride ourselves on building strong customer relationships. Our team is here to assist you every step of the way, ensuring your experience with us is nothing short of exceptional. Visit us today at number 14 Actiku Abubarka Road, Old GRA, along Government House McCourty, and discover the perfect balance of quality, affordability, and exceptional service at Wine and Spirit.
Thank you for joining us. This is Get to Know Me with Jamal, and I've been speaking with a two-time member of the Benue State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Cephas Dyako Anshaw. I got that correct this time around.
You did.
Thank you. So I want to quickly ask you, what is the most valuable decision you've ever made in life?
I can't say one. There are a number of them.
But I think maybe the one that stands out, like the one you know that you've taken and you took that correctly. You're happily married.
I am, yeah.
That's a fantastic decision. You should start from there.
You think so? Of course, family is everything.
Yes.
Family is everything, and I think I want to agree with you, especially that my wife may be watching.
She will.
That's because at the point I wanted to settle down, I was already into my first term in the assembly, and so it was.
Was it pressure?
It was a big deal. Yes, there was.
There will be pressure.
There was, yes. There was pressure. Okay. Not like I had plenty of girls, but I had plenty of characteristics to look out for. I'd become a man at that time, and I needed to look out for specific things in a woman. And so it was tough.
Would you say your wife is a huge influence for you winning your second term in office?
Yes, she is.
She always are.
She went all out campaigning for me, and honestly, if she didn't, I just maybe I wouldn't have been re-elected.
Is the job easier now that you're married? Do you usually share responsibility in?
Yes,
this with her.
Yes. Because, for instance, having visitors come to the house when I'm not there, they have someone to talk to, they have someone to attend to them, and I don't have the trouble of calling to her, have you made food? Who and who came to the house? And she takes care of that when she's around, and it's a big deal. Luckily for me too, my wife is from my constituency, so she gets to deal with some of the pressures coming from home. So that relieves me some trouble.
Okay.
And she's been an amazing woman.
I want to also ask, what's the worst advice you've ever gotten from somebody? Somebody came up to me and told me that in politics, it is your interest first.
and that whenever it is not represented, that you do not belong there. And I told him that, no, I don't think that's it. I think it's the interest of the people. That's for me. And when it's not represented, I don't find it funny. And so at tough times too, I've been able to hold on to that very strongly. The reason for, like I said earlier, I've always known that I'm going to grow up to be somebody who who has something doing. So beyond that, I know that it's not just for me. It's for family and for everybody around. Every day I remind myself that you have to be better to be more useful to yourself and your people. That's my first philosophy.
Yeah, because from what you've said here, you're a very principled person.
I am. I want to grow, but I'm careful about how I grow. I want the foundation to be really solid so that I don't build a skyscraper and then it rocks down in a day. So I'm careful about the things I do, especially as a beginner, as a young man trying to grow up. There are certain things I refuse to do even while in office. And why they came with benefits, those benefits were just going to be for me and not for my people. So a number of times you hear that I stood out, even when it was really enticing and stuff. So I hold on to principles. I'm not a very righteous person, I'm not. But I believe that we should keep the word in order to remain here.
Would you say your upbringing has made you who you are today? You mentioned your family very well. Would you say your parents play a major role in your life?
My parents, yes. My mom is a disciplinarian.
So that's very strict.
Very straight up. And I also know that they love me so much. Both parents are alive and doing very well. My upbringing was fine. I grew up from a Christian home. I went to Christian school. It shaped me. And I received a lot of physical, discipline. That shaped a lot.
So being in the House of Assembly now, what do you do if you're not in the house? What do you do your spare time? Do you go out? Are you a social person?
Yeah. I think I am a social person.
Do you party?
Yeah, I do.
What kind of music? Not the hard
party.
What kind of music do you like?
I like Afrobeat. I'm a young person.
Exactly. I thought you were going to call one old school, and you like one old school music. I said, what's
Afrobeat.
happening?
Afrobeat. In fact, I love. I love Ashake's songs. Recently,
I'm a huge fan too.
I'm a huge fan. Recently, I like it's him. It's been him.
I'm a huge fan. I have a friend who is he likes what's his name, Portable. He's a huge fan of Portable. You know, people find Portable controversial, but he has a huge fan base.
Yeah, it does. You know, we like human beings. We like wild things. And
so Ashake is the number one on your top list.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I like his music.
So let's talk about charity. How often do you see yourself doing charity work? Because as a public figure, let me say so, is another point where people will feel your impact. How often do you try to reach out?
I do it every day. There is no day you wake up and you don't have to reach out, especially for us public servants.
Did you say you do it every day?
I do it every day.
I saw you yesterday. Yesterday I called you today.
No, I saw another person. I did almost every day.
Yes.
Almost every day. It's either to a person or group of people or a number of people or an organization and stuff. And why some of us do not believe in the when I were discussing earlier, and I told you about how people act like they are helping when they are really not. I believe in impacting. I don't believe in trying to make the world see that I am doing something. If I want to do something, I do it. So if I'm giving, I give. And I also try to look out for people who really need help. There are people who are playing over people's intelligence, and there are people who really need help. I do my best to be a kind person.
As a politician and a public figure, your friendships, are they intact?
No, they are not.
They're not.
They are not.
They're falling apart.
Yeah, people are falling apart. People have come on board, but why I believe that sometimes is my fault, sometimes it's not. I'm a human being, and expectations, especially for people who are just beginning. I just left school when I became an assembly member. And my friends most of them have no jobs. They look up to me, and so no matter what you do, it's never enough. And they believe that things should be better than they are. And because they've not been part of government before, they do not know exactly what is obtainable. And when you try to explain, it looks like it is because you're not, and so it's difficult for them to understand. But I think I've not really lost touch with my people, my friends. Majority of them are still around.
Well, like they always say, success has his own friendship and new places to explore. So I wish you the very best, Honorable. Thank you so much for being part of the show today.
Thank you, Jamal.
I'm really, really honored to have you here.
Thank you, Jamal.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being part of the show. I've been speaking to Right Honorable Cephas Dyako Anshaw. He's a two-time member of the Benue State House of Assembly. He's young and he's making and changing the narratives in political scene here in Nigeria. For more information, please check all our social media handles: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is Get to Know Me with Jamal. Like I always say, be kind to one another, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.